Well, hello everybody. It's Kelley here to show you how to attach vinyl stickers or decals, as well as HTV vinyl that we get from Amazon or any place to our vinyl. I know people are saying you can't fuse vinyl to vinyl. You can't even fuse vinyl because it will melt. I'm here to tell you it won't. So we're going to tackle this once and for all, hopefully, and you'll have confidence to proceed with your project. So let's dig in. What do we need? Okay, first of all, going to need some marine vinyl as your substrate, if you will. I like this one from My Punk Embroidery. It has just the right amount of texture on top. You don't want too much or your sticker will not have enough substrate to bond to. So I really like this one. I'm sure there's others. This is what I'm using right now. So this is the marine vinyl, and I have I used white, black, yellow, a couple more, and it works perfectly. So this is our substrate that we like, and you're going to need some stickers. We'll call them stickers, decals. Actually, they should be called decals. I think stickers are more like the ones that you cut and then they peel off and you just stick on different things. These are actually our heat transfer vinyl decals. And these are from AliExpress. They're super inexpensive and super cute. I'm sure you've all seen my shoes. You're probably tired of them by now, but sorry, they're cute and people like them. So I'm going to keep making them. So these are not very big. They're about, I would say at the most 3 inches or so tall, and this one probably about 2.5. So they come in different sizes. The small ones are great for the smaller projects. So we have our decals. And you're going to need a couple of different measuring tools, a ruler, and of course your grid mat. You might find having the seam gauge handy for any kind of precise measurements as well. You will need a good household iron or a steam press or a heat press. I have a steam press that I'll be showing you later on. We don't use the steam feature. And you will need a couple of Teflon mats. And you do need 2. Either it's 2 or take one and fold it in half if it's big enough to make 2 layers, but you need 2 layers of a Teflon mat. So these are, mine are big. They're, again, I think they come on Amazon like $3, or I'm sorry, 3 for like $10, and they are nice. Okay. Now, I'm going to be making the Aurora Essentials pouch from A Quaint Stitch. I'm not going to be showing you how to make the pouch, show you any pattern pieces. You'll need to get that yourself. I will tell you that I did make a couple of adjustments to the pattern piece itself, and I'll show you one right here that I have kind of ready for you. So I have taken the pattern piece, and this is some adjustments made to it. I have added 1/4 inch on each side of the pattern piece, and I have taken off 1/4 inch on the side panels of the pattern itself. So if you want to make it like mine, but sometimes this piece, the little sticker, is it's too big to accommodate the space that was allowed for in the pattern. So you can make that simple adjustment, and it'll all end up being the same size. It doesn't affect the pattern at all. So just a little bit bigger panel here. So that's pretty, huh? This particular decal came with some extra words or stuff that I didn't really want on my bag. So just cut it off. If you don't like it, cut it off. No need to use it. So that's not going to be part of my bag. So that's just a nice little quick example. It's going to be cute. And so let me show you a couple of samples now before we start to the actual heat press part. Okay. Now I have, again, I'm not going to show you how to use the particular pattern piece, but I've made a mock-up that is similar but not identical, and this shows you, if you can see from there, I have drawn a line 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom, and then I have drawn some markings so I can get a kind of a good idea about placement of my template. Okay, so I'm going to turn this towards me so I can see it, and I'll take my first sticker here And I'm going to use this as a template to see how I might want it to be on my actual piece. And you have all your pieces cut out in advance, obviously. So take a look at this piece here. I'll try to turn it around here for you, like so. And it looks like, because oh, by the way, the bottom of this particular pouch has box seams, so you lose the 1 inch on the bottom completely. We don't really want to have the decal into the bottom inch, so that's why I have drawn these templates, so you can get a feel for how it will lay on your particular bag. So it looks to me like right about at the 2 inch mark, centered, it will look good. So that's my guideline for myself. I'm going to I'll put this over here. I'm going to take one of my pattern pieces that I've already cut out. I have marked the top because it's a little bit different at the top. And I'm going to put it this way so I can see. And take our ruler, put it 2 inches, use a 2 inch mark, just like so. And we'll take our sticker and we'll put it right there, kind of eyeball where it looks good. And then we're going to take a couple of quilter clips just to hold it in place, like so, okay? By the way, there's a lot of maybe excess, what they call it, transfer tape. You can cut it off beforehand if you don't seal it too hard. Sometimes it won't stay on once you press it. But my preference is to trim away the excess. So you'll learn that as you go. So we have that. I'm going to go ahead. So just temporarily it's in place. Later on I'm going to come back here on my own time and just make sure everything is even. Use my grid to make sure the shoe is aligned. So there's that one. And then now we have another guy. This one's a little bit taller than the other. I'll show you this one. Cute little shoes again with the little leopard. So I'm going to turn this towards me so I can see it. Looking at placement for the sticker. And if I put it at the 2 inch line, we're getting awfully close to that margin here. I think I'm going to go a little bit higher. So I'm going to say about probably a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch higher than the 2 inch mark. So it's just approximate. You kind of get a feel for what looks nice, but you know that we don't want it in the bottom 2 inch area, and nor definitely not in the 1 inch top area, because that's where our zipper and all the other stuff will go. So we'll take our last piece here. Make sure we have the top up here, and we'll take our ruler. We'll start with a 2 inch mark, but we know that we're going to go a little bit higher. But it's a start. And we'll take our decal, and we know that we want it to be, and by the way, when I measure, it's from the top of the design, not the transfer tape. So we want this to be a good, I want to say, 3/8 of an inch there. Kind of put that in place. Put a quilter clip there just to hold it. And then after we get done, I will perfect the placement. And I will show you how to put it on using our heat press, or steam press in my case. So that's that. Now, before I go to that part, you don't have to use those stickers from AliExpress. You can create your own fun stickers, or appliques if you will, just using your Cricut. This one is Be Kind. I just think it's adorable. Look, it's got the little matching polka dot tape. Of course, inside is just a fun black and white polka dot. So you have lots of options that you can just take pretty much any ping file, SVG, pop it into your Cricut machine design space, and make all the cute bags. They're so cute. People are going crazy over these bags. Now, you can get this heat transfer vinyl in rolls or in sheets. I'm finding that this roll is a better value. This is about, I don't know, I think it's 15 yards, and I believe it was about $15. So not bad. So if you have a certain color you use a lot, like me, which is red and black, I need a white one. You'll use this to make your pretty decals. There's all kinds of prints, and animal prints, as you know, I like those as well. So you can have an awful lot of fun doing that. So I think up next I'm going to, offline I will perfect the placement of my decals from AliExpress, and then we are going to show you how to press them on my steam press. So come right back. Okay, so we are at my steam press. This is a Steam Fast 680. I've had this machine for at least 3 years and still going strong. I did replace the Teflon mat once, and now I take extra care to never let it get as dirty as it did before. So it just means using the Teflon pressing mats and taking a little extra care. So I have the steam press set to silk setting. That is silk, and I believe that is approximately 280 degrees if you have a heat press that you need to actually set to a particular temperature. So always do a test first before you try on your project, but this is what works for me. So we have our first decal on the marine vinyl. The marine vinyl has a very, very subtle texture, but we want to keep that texture. Otherwise, it will just become one solid blob. It still works, but it's not as pretty. So we're going to put this in place here. I'm going to get my Teflon mat ready. Like I said, you need 2 layers, so I just folded 1 in half. This is a very small project, and I'm going to ever so carefully remove the clips. I don't want it to lose its position. Should be fine. Put this right on top, and we're going to hold it down for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Okay? Now, take a peek at your project. Looks very pretty. Right now your vinyl is very soft and pliable, and it looks nice. We didn't lose our texture. At this point in time, I can go ahead and I can try to peel the corner off and see if it's stuck. If it did, and it does, I'm just going to pick it off. So they call this a hot peel. Okay, so the smaller the design, typically, the easier this transfer tape will come off. So there she is. That wasn't hard at all, was it? Okay, so I like to let this cool a little bit, and then I'll come back after it's cooled off, and I will actually put this as it is on the heat press, steam press, and I'll give it a final seal. But right now, I'm going to let her cool off. So isn't that going to just be the prettiest little pouch? Let's go ahead and do the other 2, okay? So we have, put this here. Now we have our shoes. We're going to lay it on the mat. Carefully remove, excuse my hands, remove the clips. Don't let it budge anywhere, okay? Like I just did, but I can fix it, so. Oh, by the way, I'm going to show you something. If your vinyl is curvy like this and curling, just put it face down. Put your pressing mat over it and give it a 1, 2, 3 setting. That will flatten it out so that you can work with it better. Okay, so now I will align my shoe. I'm going to look at it here. Face up. We know where it's going to go. We know we want that to be aligned, like so. Turn it this way. Put the pressing mat on top. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Take this off. Do a quick little peek. Looking good. All right. We're going to let this one cool off. How cute is that going to be, huh? Let it cool off, and then we'll give it that little final press. And last but not least, we have our cute denim shoes. I think I will do, I think it's okay this time without doing the curly press. Hold it in place. Put this here. Put this on top. Hold it. Count to 5. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay. Take a peek at our project. See if it peels. Yay. If it didn't peel, you would just put it back underneath the press with your Teflon mat for another, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 seconds. So, and there she is. All right, so lots of concern, worrying, not worrying, but concern about pressing vinyl on your heat press. I think we have proven today that it's doable. It looks fantastic, and you're going to have so much fun on your next project. So I will be right back to show you one final thing. So stay tuned. Okay, so now that you are an expert on how to affix your stickers or even these regular HTV decals that you cut on your Cricut machine to your vinyl, I want you to know that you are not limited to these smaller little, 2x4, or in this case, like 4x6 cutouts. You can go big, as they say. So you've already seen this bag, I'm sure, but I'll show you again, just to show you in person. So this is the beautiful everyday tote bag from Bag Stock. It's so big, it's hard to show you. Okay, there we go, sorry. So we have, this is a very large Vogue sticker. This is for my own personal use, so I'm not trying to sell it. I'm not worried about copyright infringement, so do take heed. This is probably a good, well, let's see how big this girl is. She is a good, let's see, she's about 8 inches wide by about 8 inches tall. So she's about 8 by 8 inches. So I applied this using my heat press, my steam press. It took a few more passes than the little stickers that I showed you earlier, and you had to be kind of careful picking or weeding this area around the text. But it's a beautiful bag, and so definitely don't be afraid to try the larger decals. So that is that. If you have any questions, as always, ask me down below or ask in the group. So thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.